In this video, we're going to talk about the thick and cut feature and the types of things that you can use it for. So on the screen, we have a solid block and we have a complicated surface that we want to use to cut a small gap between the two. Now we could do a thicken operation and we could go back and use the combine feature to actually remove or subtract. Solid geometry, we could also use the indent option and create a gap around our part. But in this case, we want to take this surface and we want to use thick and cut and simply do a mid-plane extrusion of 1/8 of an inch and remove that amount of material from our solid geometry. Now, once you click OK, SOLIDWORKS asks you if you want to keep all bodies, in this case, the upper and the lower section, or if you want to select the bodies to keep. Now, we want to actually keep both bodies in this case, so we're going to say OK. Now, what we need to note here is when you do a thicken cut, the surface that you thicken is going to be consumed. So that surface is now thickened, and then it's actually removed as solid geometry. So all we're left with is the two resulting bodies. Now, if we take a look at a section view, you can see we have a nice consistent thickness cut between both of them. So that allows you to do things like make room for gasket material or maybe some sort of growth in your part or intersection that needs to have clearance. So let's take a look at some other things that we can use this tool for. So we have a simple part here where we want to cut a keyway groove and maybe a circlip groove. Now, in this case, obviously you could do solid extrusions or you could even do a revolve part for this groove. But let's take a look at this as an option because there could be complicated examples where this could work for you. So we're going to use thick and cut, and we're going to grab this surface, and we're simply going to do it in one direction, 1/4 inch. So even though our surface doesn't go all the way through the part, we can still make that thick and cut. And as I mentioned, the surface body is consumed as well as the solid thicken that's used. So again, we can take this body, we can do a thick and cut, and in this case, we want to go all the way through the part. So we're going to say 2.5 inches. So once we hit OK, you can see our keyway groove has been cut. So this is another option that you can use our thick and cut for.